Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Turn Right Machine Works. My name is Keith, and here we are. We have an emergency. Gentleman just came in and just dropped off this piece of hardware here, and this is off of a Kubota tractor and a flailing cutter of some kind. Anyway, he come in and he says, you were recommended by Dennis Jones at All Cape Automotive, and so he popped in here, and I send automotive work to Dennis, and he sends the oddball stuff to me. And so I'm looking at these, and I'm going to bring you in close so that you can actually see how boogered up these threads are. I did take my thread file and I massaged it a little bit, and I peeled out some of the nylon from the lock nut out of here so that I could check it with my thread gauge, and it is a 1.125" 12 thread. He says, and by chance you wouldn't happen to have the nut. I'm not even fixed on the threads yet. And he goes, and I'm going to need the nut too. And I reached up in my rack over there for my my shafting nuts, and some of the coupling ends are tapered, and like on the C-Ray, the 1.125" 12 is the national fine nut. So I pulled one out of my hat, and he goes, this is my lucky day. And I says, well, it's only your lucky day if you'd leave this with me so that I can do a review, because I have the Easy Thread tools. Travis Lewis sent these down from, or sent them up from Valdosta, Georgia. And the Easy Thread rotary file, it's a universal thread repair. He sent me 3 of them or so, and I'm going to use the one with a 1/4" shank so I can run it in my small air tool here, and we're going to get set up. Now, to keep cool or clean, use tapping fluid or cutting oil to improve the performance. So I'm gonna round that up, and I'm gonna set this up right here in my dividing head, and I'm just gonna open this up. I think I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna actually wire wheel this, and I'm gonna get rid of as much of the rust and debris. Some of it's in the threads, but I'm just gonna clean up the whole thing as a whole, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get it set up in here instead of the vise, because I want to be able to, in fact, I'll probably just take the freewheel so that I can spin this thing and work it and spin it and work it instead of undoing it from the lathe or the vise, and working. I'm just going to rotate it around, so it's going to be a little bit comfortable for me. All right, so let me get this cleaned up, let me get it set up, and then I'm going to bring you in, and then I'll let you witness the performance of this tool. And let's save this part, get this nut to screw on there, and everybody can have a happy day. Okay, I went in there and I wire wheeled this. It looks pretty good. We got some flattening right in there. That's hard steel galled over there. This side looks pretty good here, except for back to the flat. This surface right here, we can run another tool, and we'll clean that up just to make sure that nothing is rolled over. We'll kind of do that after we're in and we start working on the threads a little bit there. We have a little bit of a burr there. We'll take care of those as well. But that main area right there is a mushroomed off at the beginning, and we're going to also see if we have an 1.125" 12 regular nut, because we're only going to be able to test this on so far with the nylock here. All right, we looked up on our drawbar for one of our wheel cutters, arbors, and we happen to have an 1.125" 12 full nut, so we'll be able to spin that on to test it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this into the jaws. We'll get it as equal as we can here. There we go. I'm sitting there looking at this thing here, and am I going to freehand this out here like this? No, I need a resting spot, so I went ahead and I took a railroad tie, a miniature railroad tie. I just happen to have a couple of them laying around. I use them for parallels. They actually been surface ground, bottom and top, and sometimes in my K&T they really come in handy for setups. All right, now I'll be able to go ahead and rest my arm maybe this is 60 degrees, but it's you know, it's only 60 degrees and 30 off each side if you're holding it square. If you're not, you're holding it like this, you're going to be rocking off one side or the other side. All right, we're getting ready here, and we're going to go ahead. They say to work from good thread into the damaged thread, and let this do the job. Don't be forcing or pressing it in there. So it's gonna take us a little bit to get used to it here, but we're gonna practice a little bit more. Right, we just got a slight bit of damage along this edge right here, and then we'll be able to work on around that way there to where we get to the worst side. And let me zoom you in here on the threads. Okay, here we go. That one's just kind of filled with some rust and junk there. Alright, I'm going to rotate it your way just a little bit here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to roll it. We're just going to work our way this way around, and we're just going to start here. We're going to dress them all up. Now these look like pretty good threads right here. A little booger right here. I'm going to leave that patch right there kind of alone. And I'm going to hit what I can see that's damaged, and we'll work just the damage, and we'll leave what, no, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Okay, and then we're going to skip over here to the side where we see a little bit more damage here. All right, we're ready to roll it some more. Here we go. All right, let's get the air nozzle and let's give that nut a test. Okay, I'll work on the beginning here a little bit. We're just going to work it until we get it screw on there. Okay, we're just putting a Sharpie line there so that we know just about how far we're going in. Alright, looks like all the threads we just finished touching up right there are good. Okay. We may take a little emery just to go ahead and hit the top here, because it makes you're grinding them and you get in a real sharp crest to your threads there. All right. We're happy with that. And I think the customer is going to be really floored that we're saving them, and I'm gonna give them a call here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm gonna dress off the rest of this just because I'm not gonna go this far and back something that's half mushroomed and everything else. So let's go ahead and hit some of that with our other tools there. Okay, this is just like 60 grit disc here. Okay, and that's just a used Scotch-Brite. It gives a little bit of roundness to each side of those threads, just so that they're not going to be sharp when it comes into the nut. All right, and then all right, they just feel a little, they were feeling terry to me. And I don't want nothing to start a galling situation. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll this around and take a couple close-up pictures of it for you. Okay, here's something else I wanted to show you. Okay, this file is not cutting. This is hard. Okay. It would have been tough to come in and single point and chase this thing in the lathe. Of course, my lathe is down right now because I'm waiting for an oil seal and I'm changing belts on it. But anyhow, we have saved a day here. I'm going to call the customer and he's going to be super happy. Okay, I'll probably take some pictures because sometimes it's hard to see in the video. But I know the number one question is okay, how long does it take the abrasives to wear off of here? And I just did that whole job there, and I still see plenty of material on this. And you saw that I flooded it with that tapping fluid. Looks like it can do many more. You know, I want to thank you, Travis, for sending me this tool to try. I mean, it's a fantastic accessory to anybody's Dremel and pneumatic collection and kit, and in the repair, I was in the recliner recovering from my own surgery when you sent this to me, and I watched the video and everything, and I said, send me some. I'd love to try it. The concept is beautiful, and until you actually put one in your hand and clear out a thread, you don't fathom the ease of it, and there's no effort other than guiding this. And I was glad I set up the way I did right here, because it made for a nice job for an old shaky man like me. This is the hand that I forge all with. Just saying. Anyhow, let's get back to the review here. I'm sold. I'll definitely keep them around in my shop. Okay, you can find out more on the Easy Thread here at www.easythread.com. And also, this video link is also an added link, and this was the link that I watched. I watched this video while I was in the recliner there, and then told Travis to go ahead and send me a couple there, and extremely grateful. It is an awesome product, and I think this review kind of speaks for itself. And I'm going in and call this customer so that he can get this mounted and he can get on with his daily job. I think he's had a long enough lunch now. All right, get her done.